What up, everybody? Welcome back to Pro Publications YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about zines and DIY publishing. And I have no car, and I forgot my skateboard, so we got a lot of walking to do today. Got the right paper that we need, you guys, for the Feral Comics issue number 10 printing that I will be doing in a little bit. But today's video really is about something that sparked in my mind as I was watching this podcast, live stream. I'm not sure what you would call it, but the homie Ted, who does the Albino Zulu comic zine, has a show on YouTube. And I happened to be able to watch it today. I woke up and I seen it streaming. So I jumped on and watched it, and some of the conversations were really good. I have to say that this was the first time I really was able to watch it, and the production value on it is amazing. It really comes together really well. I think Ted's doing an amazing job, but there was something that was mentioned, and I want to show you guys this clip real quick.
And I started painting the characters, because there's, the references are obviously on the golem on the right. There is I love the Thing, and I wanted it to look a little bit like the Thing, but I didn't want it to look to completely mimic it.
Sure.
The creature in the center, I had to go completely. That's a complete ground to a bottom-up paint, and that was, I had to be very specific on that because the author is very specific in the look of this creature.
Yeah.
The griffin is pretty straightforward, and except the harness and the little pilot on top, if you will. But this, to answer your question, time, I would say hardcore, probably this one is about 40 hours.
Oh yeah, I would think that. I was going to say at least 30.
And for me, that kind of sparked today's discussion, right? Like, how much time do we really add, as creatives, do we add to our project? And like, it's hard to quantify, because in that quick clip, he's talking about ultimately how much time he spent sitting down and working on it. But the reality is, I have a good example for you guys, right? Like Edgar Allan Poe. Hold on. Edgar Allan Poe, right, is a prime example of somebody who sat down and wrote a project in one day, but he mentioned how he continuously thought about that project for 20 years. That's what I'm talking about. Where like, I have a script that I wrote, and it's a script that I thought about since I was a kid, watching the Wu-Tang movies. And you know what I mean? Like, I thought about it so much more than I actually stopped to write it. And I think that's the same thing with everybody. And that's kind of where I feel like creatives ultimately are always working, but it's not really work, but it's a lifestyle. And we live, and then we accumulate those experiences, and then bring something else out, right? So that's just what I think. But what do you guys think as creatives, right? Are you ever off the clock? Or is it always like you're filing things away in a cabinet inside of your mind to then work on or apply later on? Because that's how I feel, at least. But let's go ahead and start printing these suckers out real quick. And that's the last topic for today, basically. I'm not making back issues per se, but what I am doing is that from this point forward, I will be making, and I'm not too sure yet on the number, it's not set in stone, but you guys put in the show notes what you guys think I should add as I guess back issues. But yeah, like I said, it's not necessarily back issues, but I'm giving Feral Publications, Feral Comics, the space to kind of just grow. So I'm adding 10 on top of whatever I'm normally selling. Right now, we are at about 30 issues every month. And so I'm going to add 10 more. So this is 40 that I'm printing at the moment. But go ahead, you guys, let me know in the show notes how many extra copies do you think I should give Feral Comics as space to grow, right? Because if I'm normally selling 30, I think stretching us out 10 issues, pretty good. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Should it be 15? Should it be 20? I don't know. I'm going to also add a link to the homies' YouTube channel so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Like I always tell people, whatever you're into, you should try to surround yourself in that. Because why you do that, what ends up happening is that your mind stays working in that realm, in that creative process. And it's just good. It's just good to surround yourself with the shit that you want to do, right? I make comics. I read a comic book every day. You know what I mean? I read and study publishing companies and things like that because that's what I'm into. And so I think that everyone here that's a creative, that deals with their own creative process, you might want to check that show out, man. Beyond that, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lates.